Hello, friends. Welcome to a new webinar. What is diabetes? Sims et al. Were the first investigators to coin the word diabetes in 1973, recognizing the co-occurrence of diabetes and obesity together. Diabetes is diabetes plus obesity. Globally, 1 in 11 adults aged between 20 to 79 years have diabetes, says Diabetes Federation. Diabetes is a chronic, progressive, damaging, lifelong disease. Diabetes is a complex condition associated with a high amount of glucose in the blood, resulting from an absolute or relative lack of insulin. Diabetes exhibits common features in diabetes and obesity, such as adipose tissues, skeletal muscle, vascular endothelial cell, and liver dysfunction. Diabetes is associated with the disruption of metabolic cell signaling pathways and attenuated insulin signaling, that is, insulin dysfunction, which raises the risk of type 2 diabetes. Obesity can alter the natural history of type 2 diabetes mellitus by virtue of the visceral fat with its pro-inflammatory, pro-thrombotic, pro-insulin resistant environment. Pandemic of obesity and sedentary lifestyles. Obesity is a significant risk factor for the development of diabetes. In turn, obesity may coexist with diabetes, a condition referred to as diabetes. About 30% of obese patients are at risk of advancing into diabetes. Diabetes is a metabolic disorder that presents with hyperglycemia and hyperlipidemia, leading to endoplasmic reticulum stress and ultimately contributing to insulin resistance. In diabetes, BMI is more than 25 is overweight, more than 30 is obesity, in waist circumference 35 or more than 35 inches in females, 40 or more than 40 inches in males, and body fat distributed is visceral mainly in this diabetes. The IDF Diabetes Atlas 9th edition 2019 provides the latest figures, information, and projections on diabetes worldwide. Approximately 463 million adults 20 to 79 years were living with diabetes. By 2045, this will rise to 700 million. The proportion of people with type 2 diabetes is increasing in most countries. 79% of adults with diabetes were living in low and middle income countries. 1 in 5 of the people who are above 65 years old have diabetes. 1 in 2, half, 232 million people with diabetes were undiagnosed. Diabetes caused 4.2 million deaths. Diabetes caused at least $760 billion US dollars in health expenditure in 2019, 10% of total spending on adults. More than 20 million live births, 1 in 6 live births are affected by diabetes during pregnancy. 374 million people are at increased risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Key effects of obesity. Worldwide, obesity has nearly tripled since 1975. In 2016, more than 1.9 billion adults 18 years and older were overweight. Of these, over 650 million were obese. 39% of adults aged 18 years and over were overweight in 2016, and 13% were obese. Most of the world's population live in countries where overweight and obesity kills more people than underweight. 39 million children under the age of 5 were overweight or obese in 2020. Over 340 million children and adolescents aged 5 to 19 years were overweight or obese in 2016. Obesity is rather preventable. Obesity and diabetes. Studies have shown that becoming overweight is a major risk factor in developing type 2 diabetes. Today, roughly 30% of overweight people have the disease, and 85% of diabetics are overweight. Being overweight, that is BMI of 25 to 29.9, or affected by obesity, BMI of 30 to 39.9, or severe obesity, BMI of 40 or greater, greatly increases your risk of developing type 2 diabetes. The more excess weight you have, the more resistant your muscle and tissue cells become to your own insulin hormone. Hepatic or central nervous system insulin resistance can come first, but we do not have the tools to recognize it. Then comes the hyperinsulinemia, followed by the obesity, and finally the peripheral insulin resistance in vicious cycle. What are the causes of obesity? 9 most common causes of obesity are: one is physical inactivity, sedentary habits, then overeating, genetics, a diet high in simple carbohydrates, frequency of eating, certain medications, certain psychological factors just like depression, diseases such as hypothyroidism, insulin resistance, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and Cushing syndrome are also contributors to obesity. What does obesity lead to? Obesity is a serious medical condition that can cause complications such as metabolic syndrome, high blood pressure, atherosclerosis, heart disease, diabetes, high blood cholesterol, cancers, and sleep disorders. Treatment depends on the cause and severity of your condition and whether you have complications. Obesity is serious because it is also associated with poorer mental health outcomes and reduced quality of life. Obesity is also associated with the leading causes of death in the United States and worldwide. What are the warning signs of obesity? Frequent symptoms: excess body fat accumulation, particularly around the waist, shortness of breath, sweating more than usual, snoring, trouble sleeping, skin problems from moisture accumulating in the folds of skin, inability to perform simple physical tasks that one could easily perform before weight gain, diabetes and heart disease. On an average, a 50 years old individual with diabetes and no history of vascular disease will die 6 years earlier compared to someone without diabetes. Common conditions coexisting with type 2 diabetes are hypertension, dyslipidemia, are clear risk factors for heart disease. Globally, overall, cardiovascular disease affects approximately 32.2% of all persons with type 2 diabetes. Cardiovascular disease is a major cause of mortality among people with type 2 diabetes mellitus, accounting for approximately half of all deaths over the study period. Coronary artery disease and stroke were the major contributors. The longer you have diabetes, the higher the chances are that you will develop heart disease. Around 30% of people with type 2 diabetes also have cardiovascular disease. Researchers found over 90% of people with type 2 diabetes have a high risk of fatal heart disease or stroke within 10 years. Higher risk of heart disease. Diabetic patients are at an increased risk of silent heart attack in large part because the condition has already put their heart in a more precarious position overall. Metabolic comorbidity. Treatment: diet and exercise, appetite suppressants if BMI is more than 25 or more than 30, bariatric surgery if BMI is more than 35 plus comorbidities or more than 40 as such. Mental disorders plus obesity, medications are given. Hormonal factors, postpartum, menopausal, and PCOS. Hypogonadisms, Cushing syndrome, hypothalamic obesity, and monogenetic forms. Fasting. Fasting is a popular approach to weight loss and lean mass gains, but it's also an intervention for metabolic health that has garnered much scientific research focus. The fasted body is on fire with greater insulin sensitivity, more fat burning activity, a healthier gut microbiome, increased autophagy or cellular component recycling, reduced inflammation, lowered cholesterol, and more. Intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is an umbrella term that within scientific literature refers to as at least three different approaches to restricting calories intermittently. These popularly include: number one, alternate day fasting, which in research studies typically involves eating fewer than 500 calories every other day. Number two, the 5-2 diet, which involves 2 fast days of a week of fewer than 500 calories per day. And number three, time restricted feeding, which involves only eating within a 6 to 12 hours window period each day, while fasting the other 12 to 18 hours or more. Intermittent fasting. Do 8 over 16 intermittent fasting. Eat two meals at a gap of about 7 to 8 hours every day, preferably at fixed time. Except this, consume only water or some green tea or tea without sugar twice in a day. Reduce simple carbs that quickly convert to blood glucose. Avoid sugar in any form. It may be honey, jaggery, potatoes, sweet potatoes, ripe fruits such as mango, custard apples, banana. Reduce consumption of cereals such as rice and wheat substantially. To make up for the calories lost as per above, eat sprouts, salad, leafy and other vegetables, egg, chicken, fish, seeds and nuts such as almonds, walnut, flaxseed, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, watermelon seeds, etc. 7 tips for weight loss with intermittent fasting. In, Increase your fiber intake for gut health and satiety between meals. Increase your lean protein intake if needed to improve satiety and muscle mass. One exploratory study found that individuals who successfully lost weight during a randomized controlled trial of 12 months of alternate day fasting report greater protein intake, increased fullness, and decreased hunger than individuals who didn't lose weight. Stick to your fast day calorie goals. Avoid energy dense meals and snacks on feast days. Eat early in the day. A recent study found that snacking or eating dinner late at night prevents you from burning fat as you sleep. Eat in a narrow window on calorie restricted days. For example, if you follow a modified alternate day fasting protocol where you eat up to 500 calories on fasting days, eating all of the calories in one meal may give you the added metabolic benefits of time restricted eating. Eliminate added sugars. While both low fat and low carb diets can lead to significant weight loss, consuming added sugars is particularly strongly linked to insulin resistance. Component of appetite. How appetite is felt. Hunger. Hunger is the sensation that drives food consumption in response to a biological need, homeostasis. Wanting, the motivation to consume a specific food driven by pleasure, reward, hedonic signals that this food is tasty. That is wanting. Liking, the enjoyment associated with food that increases motivation to eat. That is also liking. Satiation, the sensation of fullness during a meal that causes person to stop eating. Now I am full. Satiety, the fullness that exists between meals that prevents further eating in between the meals. Type 2 diabetes prevalence Adventist study shows that non-vegetarian people had 7.6% of diabetics in their midst. Semi-vegetarian had 6.1%, lower one. Pesco-vegetarian 4.8%. Lacto-ovo-vegetarian 3.2%. Vegan 2.9%. Dietary interventions. Conventional limit calories, says. Plant-based, no animal products. Keep carbohydrates steady. Plant-based, low glycemic index food. Limit bad fats. Minimize oils. Reversal of diabetes mellitus. Intermittent fasting, 16, 18, 16 hours fast and 8 hours eating time. Pumpkin juice, cucumber juice and ghee juice can be taken. Enema 300 to 500 cc water for 10 minutes daily in the morning for 21 days. Simple food, living vegetables, fruits, sprouts, grains, wholesome food. No refined foods like white rice, branless atta, sugar, maida, suji. Plant-based, the food that is from plants. And water, fruits like cucumber, which has plenty of water in them. Exercise in open air. Strengthening exercises which increase the muscle mass, lifting weights, working with resistance bands, heavy gardening such as digging and shoveling, climbing stairs, hill walking, cycling, dance, push-ups, sit-ups and squats. Stretching exercise. Cobra stretch. Lie on your stomach and place your hands flat beneath your shoulders. Knees to chest. Lying flat on your back, bring one knee to your chest and hold it in position with your arms or hands. Spinal twist, upper back stretch, neck stretch, shoulder stretch, side stretch, standing quad stretch. All these stretching exercises. Aerobic exercises, swimming, cycling, using an elliptical trainer, walking, rowing, using an upper body ergometer, a piece of equipment that provides a cardiovascular workout that targets the upper body only. Balancing exercises, standing with your weight on one leg and raising the other leg to the side or behind you. Putting your heel right in front of your toe like walking a tightrope. Standing up and sitting down from a chair without using your hands. walking while alternating knee lifts with each step. Diet and detox. Breakfast you can have at 10 a.m. with apple, pineapple, guava, pomegranate, papaya, but no mango, banana, chiku, or grapes. Lunch 1 p.m. Salad containing coriander, tomato, coconut kernel, plus two vegetables like cucumber, carrot, shimla, capsicum, etc. And soup. Add soaked almond or sprouted pulses, sprouted vegetables also. Dinner 6 p.m. Any single grain chapati or rice with lots of vegetables. Half wheat and half vegetables like bottle gourd, beetroot, spinach, cucumber, carrot, chapati. Vegetables without oils but with grounded coconut. The problem: diabetes. Over 50%, about 52.3% have diabetes or pre-diabetes in USA. 12.2% are in optimal metabolic status. It is reversible. 3 clinical ways to reverse diabetes: bariatric surgery, very low caloric diet, low carbohydrate diet. Bariatric surgery, it works up to 80% short term remission, 10-year 36 to 83% remission. Stampede trial 5 years 29%, but very conservative definition is less than 6 hemoglobin A1C. Surgery risk is there, complication risk is there, cost matters. Does it solve the underlying issue? No. Does it prevent the next case? No. Very low caloric diet, what does it do? Studied her diabetes reversal starting in the 1970s. Calorie ranges differ. These are few of the studies. Can calorie restriction works? In the long term, consistent issue is weight gain when extreme calorie restriction ends. Quick drops leads to quick rebound. Now is the low carbohydrate diets for diabetes mellitus. Here there are many studies, 10 meta-analysis, 10 non-randomized trials, 10 studies more than 100 participants, 10 studies 1 year or longer, 6 studies 2 years or longer. Degree of support differ widely. Appears that degree of carbohydrate restriction matters. Call to action: follow your treatment plan. If necessary, lose weight. Check blood sugar regularly and write it down. Try to see trends. Your doctor can help you. Keep track of the amount of carbohydrates you eat per meal and dose insulin accordingly. Learn how different food types influence carbohydrate absorption by the body. Fatty foods cause a delay, fast carbs cause peaks. If blood sugar is high, work out, go for a walk. Do not leave it high. Do not overcompensate during high or low blood sugars. This is the hardest part in my experience. Remember that everything takes time. Blood sugar levels do not react instantly to insulin or food. Take your mental and physical condition into consideration. Stress, disease, all influence blood sugar levels. And most importantly, stay positive. Diabetes sucks, but do not let it get you down. Thank you very much.